Yamada with me, as I announced right in the beginning of the show. So he has come all the way from Whitby. So he is a regional councillor in Whitby, and generally we talk about Peel region, or sometime we talk about York region, but we very rarely talk about Durham region. So we have large number of people from our community now settling, living in this Durham region also. So what is the concept of Durham region? Which are the cities which come under this Durham region, and what is the vision of city of Whitby in the coming years? That's all we will talk to Mr. Steve Yamada. So Steve, welcome to our studio first of all.
Mr. Saini, thank you for having me. This is a great opportunity and a pleasure to be here with someone like yourself, a visionary who's been able to build a media empire here for folks of diverse cultures moving to Canada, making Canada their home.
No, it's an honor to have you here in the studio. Okay, so tell us more about yourself first. I mean, Canada is a country of opportunities. We all know that. People from all over the world come here and they live here, they make their future here in this country. So you tell us more about yourself first.
I got involved in politics many years ago.
Okay.
My uncle was a former Ontario cabinet minister for the old Ernie Eves, Mike Harris government, the Honourable David Tabochi.
Okay.
But it was around that time I was getting ready to go off to university. I had a friend who was involved in the Progressive Conservative, the federal Conservatives at the time, and he came up to me, he said, you gotta come and be on the Jean Charest bus.
Okay.
And I wasn't that active politically at the time, and I thought to myself, why not? This sounds like a great opportunity. And I hadn't identified as a liberal or a conservative or a New Democrat. But I had an opportunity to tour with Mr. Charest through southwestern Ontario for about 3 to 4 days, listening to the same speech over and over again. But what I heard was a vision of Canada. What I heard was the importance of public service and how you contribute to your country. And for me, that was really important. And that's why I became a progressive conservative. I think there are a lot of people out here, hardworking individuals, who believe in fiscal responsibility, that believe that the tax dollars that we're sending to any level of government must be shown the utmost of respect. And that's my core fundamental belief as a politician today, is that I know the cost of a bag of milk or a loaf of bread. I hear from my residents that the cost of everything is going up, and that the dollars they send to us need to be spent in a responsible fashion.
Wonderful.
And I think that's really important.
So instead of going to federal politics or provincial politics, you chose municipal politics, which is non-partisan. We all know that at the city level, you don't need to be affiliated to any political party. So is this your first term in the office?
I got elected in 2014.
Okay.
So I ran for local council. I thought to myself, I'm a school teacher by trade.
Okay.
And so I always thought, you know, I wanted to run where I'm going to live.
Okay.
And we had just purchased a home in Whitby. It's a beautiful community, becoming more diverse as every home is built. And I thought to myself, I've been involved in federal and provincial politics. I have a master's degree in public administration. And I thought to myself, I think I can give back to my community through municipal government, and that's why I decided to run. I think there's a lot of good people running the federal and provincial government right now, and I think that down the road, who knows, there's always room for future opportunities. But right now, I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm serving my second term on regional council. So I've served on Whitby Council for, this is my third term, second term at the region, and there's a lot of great things happening in the community.
Wonderful. So you have vast experience as a councillor, then city councillor, then regional councillor. Okay, so the growing cities, we know in Brampton, lot of construction is going on, Lots of homes have been built over the years now. It's a vibrant city, no question about that, but it has its own challenges also. So tell us more about Whitby. Many people of our listeners, they might not be knowing much about Whitby or that part of the GTA or this area. Tell us more about that.
You're seeing the West End being built out. I'm a West Ender.
Okay.
Before I moved out to Whitby, I used to live down around Kipling and Dundas.
Okay.
But like a lot of folks who were looking for a place to live that was affordable,
Okay.
for me, Whitby seemed like a great community. And what we're seeing now are some of the challenges that we're seeing in other parts of the GTA. We're not immune to issues of homelessness, affordability,
Transportation. Yeah.
But growth has become a huge issue because with the amount of people who are coming to Canada each year, they need a place to live.
Yeah.
And the Premier has instructed municipalities to build houses and build them quickly.
And today we heard this big news that Mayor of Whitby will also be given additional powers, special powers, as there are 26 more mayors are being given this special powers. So what is your reaction on that first?
Well, I think a strong mayor is someone who's able to work with their council, who's able to build consensus instead of having possibly to bring in their own budget, to hire and fire staff. But what we're seeing again, and we see it in the growth in Durham region, that we need to get houses built. We need to get people experiencing what we're experiencing, the opportunity to have their first home, to grow their family, and to create those memories. I think there's been too much bureaucracy. There's been too much standing in the way.
Yeah.
But we're moving forward in expeditiously so that we can ensure that we are approving more land. Durham Region just went through its official plan review, and we adopted our new official plan last month that calls for another 9,000 acres of land to be developed within the region. Northeast Pickering, Clarington, North Oshawa, Northeast Pickering, as I mentioned. These are fast-growing communities.
Okay.
And I think people are going to look at what's happening in Durham region and say, this is a place to live. And with the growth that's occurring, we want to be able to supply the homes for people who want that first home, who want to get in the housing market, because it's been very tough over the last number of years, and we need to make it easier.
COVID has taught us that people have started working from home now. Earlier, people used to come all over the place from very far off places, but now people are mostly preferring, they want to work from home. But at the same time, I mean, you are living in whichever community you are living, whichever area you are living, you need livelihood, you need job. So, I mean, anybody coming all the way from Whitby to Toronto to work, it's a little bit challenging. So what is the scope of jobs in future, or any vision of the city?
So Whitby used to be perceived as a bedroom community.
Yeah.
You went to work in Toronto, you came home, you enjoyed your weekend or your evenings, and then you got back up, you hopped in the car and you drove to the city.
Yeah.
I used to do that time and time again. I'm a school teacher by trade. I live in Whitby. I teach in the Toronto District School Board.
Okay.
People want a place to work, because what we're seeing is that from our tax revenue, about 80% of the taxes that we bring in come from the residential side, 20% from commercial industrial. So what we need to do is start building more infrastructure, like our mid-block arterial, that will just be south of the 407 through Whitby, but will open up a lot of industrial land.
Okay.
Working with the MTO to open up more of that 412, 407 land. And you're starting to see some of it within Pickering along the 407. Bad Boy has relocated out to Pickering. Kubota has set up shop in Pickering. So we're starting to see and hope to see more of these big businesses start to choose Durham region. I remember Markham years ago when I would go up and help Uncle Dave knock on doors. You didn't see those big businesses along those major roads. You see it now. You see head offices. You see big companies. That's what we want to see. We're the next frontier of economic growth here, and I think it's in Durham region. Part of which is building homes where people can access transit faster. So what we've done through the province, working with the province, through our regional official plan, has been to create major transit station areas. So 1,000 meters around the transit station is where you're going to see that higher density. So for younger folks looking for that first place, if they work in downtown Toronto, they can leave their condo, hop on the GO train, right downtown Toronto in 45 minutes, and right to work. So we're trying to create networks that will allow people the opportunity to have those options of getting to work faster, but not ignoring the fact that in this new official plan, we're looking at ensuring that there's over 460,000 new jobs created within the region. And you're seeing that in areas like agriculture. You're seeing that in advanced manufacturing. You're seeing that in research and design. You know, we're lucky enough to have Durham College that has fabulous programs. UOIT, or the new university, Ontario University. So having those institutions here allow for those ideas to be born in Durham region, to grow in Durham region, and to stay in the region.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Yamada. And I know in Brampton or this part of the city, it's very, very tough, very challenging for newcomers, first-time home buyers to have their own dream house. And I know many families, they are selling their homes here, going to Gulf, going to other cities. So you never know. We have many international students who are coming here, and once they get PR, they love to settle all these satellite cities we have in GTA. So many of them must be thinking to settle down in area like Whitby. So you can talk to Mr. Steve Yamada if you need any more information, if you have any plan to live in that city, or any other question if you have, you need his help. He's always there to help you guys. And before you go, I know you have very special relations with our South Asian community, our Punjabi community. More and more people are settling there now. They are all your good friends. So anything you want to tell about that?
Well, first off, for anyone who's listening, I'd like to say Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa,
Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Yeah. You know, I think we're seeing Durham region change. It's not a white Anglo-Saxon community like it used to be. We're seeing a lot of different people from different cultures settling and making Durham region home. What I want to see before I'm done in my term of politics is the first Gurdwara in Durham region. I want to be there for the Khalsa Day parade. I want to be there for Vaisakhi, and to celebrate these important holidays with our growing South Asian community. I'm someone who will always stand up for those folks, and someone that our South Asian community can count on.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming here and talking to us in the studio. एक गुरुद्वारा ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਨਿਰਮਾਣ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਬੜੀ ਜਲਦੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ। तो कुछ अपने लोग ने अपने भाईचारे ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਬੜੀ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਬੜੀ ਜਲਦੀ ਇਹਦੀ ਉਸਾਰੀ ਹੋ ਸਕੇ ਔਰ ਸਿਟੀ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਵੀ ਔਰ ਪੂਰੇ ਰੀਜਨ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਹਿਯੋਗ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। तो कोई कारण नहीं है कि कम्युनिटी ਉੱਥੇ ਸਾਰੀ ਇਕੱਠੀ है ਔਰ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਉਹਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਆਪਣੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਭੈਣ ਭਰਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਪਵੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੌਕਾ ਆਏਗਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਦੱਸਾਂਗੇ। ਤੋ ਸਟੀਵ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਮਚ।
Thank you.
ਥੈਂਕਸ ਫॉर ਕਮਿੰਗ।